Hi, Shotzi here again, Andrew Shaw. Now at our sixth installment of these two figures, and I'm really going to continue the fine tuning, but now moving to a bit of a more detail level. We're trying to get some of the creases and bumps and stuff in his face. It's a much more weathered face, and once I'm happy, relatively happy at least, where that everything is located where I'd like it to be in terms of his nose, his eyes, his mouth, his hair. Now I can really zoom in on the detail and get some of those creases, the bags under his eyes, forehead creases, the furrowed brow. He has quite a weathered face. And by being patient and waiting until I have things where I want them to be, I can be a little more free. I'm not going to really be doing too much to change the basic structure anymore. I'm satisfied with that. And like many of these figures who are really anonymous people to me, I'm not really worried about exact likeness. I really want to capture the gesture, and I want to try to capture the relationship between these two people that are clearly sort of talking to each other, or maybe one's talking, one's listening. Now I'm doing the same thing with his arm. Just some of the musculature, I want to define a little better. His shirt, spend a little time on the shirt. Got the basic structure. Know where the collar is, know where the shoulder is, his chest, his belly. But now I can sort of fine tune, get some of the whites even whiter. And if I want to make any alterations and where I have some of the folds, this is the time to do it. And so bring in more of the white, a little more pure white, but I've got it with a little bit of medium, so it's a bit transparent. Normally the whites, zinc white or titanium white, are opaque. But by using some of the medium, I make it a bit more transparent. Maybe a teeny bit of blue in there as well. White shirts tend to reflect sky, so they're kind of gray or blue in appearance. Like the rest of the painting, even when I'm doing his shirt, I'm moving around a lot. The creases, the fold of the crease, the top part will be light, and it will fold under into darker. And that kind of gives a sense of folds. Really using just light and dark to, in a sense, manipulate the viewer to perceive it a certain way, the way I want the viewer to perceive it. And I'm always trying, of course, to be as accurate as I can, but not demanding exact likeness. Whether it's the face or the shirt or the arm, just want to have it that it's readable, that it makes sense. So again, you can see I'm spending a lot of time on the shirt. Like all my paintings, and I think this is true for anybody, the amount of change that occurs in later stages is much smaller. Now I'm down to the pants. I'm going to try to establish the dark right there under the shirt. That's going to separate the shirt from the pants, and it's a bit of a shadow of the shirt. So that gives it some three dimension. The same thing with that pocket. I made it nice and dark inside some of those creases, and we come back now then eventually with some lightness on top of the creases. They're going to give them a little more dimension. Just want to have a sense of realness. But I'm not looking for photorealism. I'm not looking for something exact. I still want to be somewhat expressive, somewhat impressionistic. Now moving to the other guy's pants, which are much darker. But still, there are parts that are folded out that are going to catch more light, and the other parts that are folded in. You see that back and forth. The pants getting some of the lighter parts in, that pocket now folds out a bit. Getting the edges where there's a hard edge, I try and make it really clear between the white shirt and the other shirt. Back to the face, the top of his head, bit of a shine up there. So I'm going to work into it and pull it back. You'll see right there. Soften that edge. Don't have it be quite as sharp, and a little more gradual. I take a value between the light value and the darker value. The top of the shaved head is going to be a bit lighter. As it heads towards the top, it catches more sun. As it moves down underneath, it's a little darker. Putting more lights in. See, it's a back and forth, back and forth. Reestablish some of the lights. I'll probably pull those back a little bit. There's his chin. We know the chin is forward. It catches more light. And the fold underneath into dark. The nose, of course, the cheekbones, they catch more light. Bags under his eyes, same deal. He's smoking a cigarette. I waited to the very end. There's no need to put that cigarette in early. It would only interfere. Put that in when I'm satisfied with the rest of the face. He's got that kind of weathered face. Now, of course, fine-tuning his hand, the arm. More subtle. It's kind of, most of it is quite light. There, you can see I'm using the negative space just to get that thumb, the angle of the thumb and the fingers. He has fairly small hands. Now, those are the ends of his fingers. It's kind of difficult to see. But I try to represent what is in the photograph rather than what I know. Got a little bit of a lighter, some kind of like a Bic lighter or something in his hand, just trying to represent that very crudely, just to give a little bit of a feel. Back to the cigarette. Final touches. I could go on for a long time, but this is where I stop. That was the 6th installment. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more paintings from me. And who knows, one day I might come back and do this again. As you can see, there's likeness, but it's different. Thanks so much.